Hey y'all, welcome to a Brawlhalla tier list video. So I really sat down, I thought about it, and I was like, I'm gonna make a Brawlhalla tier list video because people just have a bunch of so people have a bunch of wrong opinions. I know everyone says they're entitled to their own opinion, but sometimes people just have fucking incorrect ass opinions, and they ignorant as shit about their opinions too. So I will respectfully, as the GOAT, your reigning glorious king, pineapple underscore jr underscore underscore, shall make the only correct Brawlhalla tier list with absolutely no bias. Starting off, we're gonna be putting blasters in D tier, and then, alright, all trolling aside, So, obviously, hammer, best weapon in game. Chakrams isn't on this tier list, but pretend Chakrams is number two. I couldn't find a tier list with Chakrams on it, but Chakrams is the second best weapon in the game. And then it goes, in my personal opinion, and the only correct opinion you should really be listening to, something along the lines of Orb, Gauntlets, Scythe, Spear, Cannon, Bow. Alright? Y'all following? I could. I mean, I genuinely don't think any weapons below B tier. I think everything's viable. Honestly, there's an argument for making everything like A tier, but so that's the point. Two worst weapons in the game. And then, honestly, could go like boots here, sword, like somewhere in between. Honestly, I could move bow in front of cannon, lance, blasters, axe. That's the complete tier list, but let's get in the depth. Obviously, we know why. Like we know why Hammer's S tier. Hammer's just the best weapon in the game. It just consistently has outperformed every other weapon in the game. Orb, now this is like a controversial take, and I did drop a video yesterday about how Orb is underrated and broken as shit. So I'll still stay. Orb's the third best weapon in the game, then Gauntlets, then Scythe. I don't think I have to explain Gauntlets and Scythe are honestly interchangeable. A lot of people have Scythe above Gauntlets, but I have Gauntlets above Scythe for the purpose of Scythe did get hit with pretty hard nerfs last patch. Gauntlets have been untouched. Again, don't get me wrong, Scythe still dominates, but Gauntlets can do everything Scythe can do. Just a little bit worse, but it's the fact that Gauntlets can, no weapon can cheese you as hard as Gauntlets can off stage. Maybe Katars, but Katars is bottom two, so that doesn't even matter. Then we have Spear. Spear and Bow are interchangeable. I personally have Spear and Cannon above Bow, but I see a lot of people having cannon above. But I have cannon above bow, but I have or sorry fuck I have bow above cannon, but I have a lot of people saying cannon above bow. These again, this is my personal take. I think the axe nerfs are pretty big, so I genuinely think axe is bottom of S tier. And then so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then blasters gonna be like right here, and then blasters, boots. I don't know. I think axe and boots are interchangeable. See, boots is in this really weird state of it's viable and it can dominate and it does dominate on certain characters like Vivi and Teska and twos. But again, this is a one tier list. But the issue with boots is it sometimes really struggles at certain things. Like when you catch a read on boots, you really don't get as much damage as people think you do. Because the animation and how long boots keeps you in an attack, like side lay or D-Light Dare, it's so long to the point to where even though it's the same damage as like another weapon's two piece, you don't get a three piece confirm most of the time off of a Battle Boots dodge read. You get a two piece confirm. And side light D-Light's like you aren't really confirming anything in the D-Light either, so it's not like you're getting a guaranteed true combo. So that's where like my stance is boots are alright. Like obviously boots can really dominate, but I think it's legend dependent, and boots are more carried by their legend signature kit and how well they work with a weapon rather than boots just being good. So for that purpose alone, I'm gonna put axe above boots. I genuinely don't think boots is that good of a weapon, even though I am a VV main. So this is a little bit of bias. Obviously, I didn't put blasters in D tier, but like for propaganda purposes, I put blaster in D tier. But realistically, blasters is like right here, honestly. It's worse than everything in S tier, and it's not. It's mid. Blasters are in a mid spot right now. Greatsword's awful. Honestly, I put Lance at the top of B tier. This is my genuine complete tier list. I feel like everything here is relatively well rounded. I might move honestly um I don't know. I don't know where to put Cannon. Cause like at first I thought this would be easy, but now I'm like second guessing myself. I'm gonna put and then honestly, I'm gonna drag Sword down the A tier. Then I'm thinking I'll keep Boots in S tier. I think this S tier is pretty solidified. Obviously, I think Chakrams the second best weapon in the game. So like it would go Hammer, Chakrams, Gauntlets, Scythe, Orb, Spear, Bow, Boots as the top seven, and then Blasters being the ninth best weapon in the game. That is a universally agreed on thing, by the way. Blasters being the ninth best weapon in the game, so that just means it's mid. You know, it's not bad, it's not good, it's right in the between. Best state the weapon's been in years. It's either been really broken with Silex being true, or in 2023 where Blasters was just dominating, or it's just been really really bad. This is the first time Blasters has actually been mid and not right here. So again, that's a really good state for Blasters to be in. I think Cannon in twos, right here. Cannon in ones though, like don't get me wrong, Cannon is a more I don't know, cause like I want to put Cannon above Blasters because you see more Cannon in the pro scene, but this tier list is what's like good on paper. Cause like if this tier list was just what's good on paper, this would be it. But like again, my peak's 2400s, so this is a 2400 making this tier list. So I want to say like um I don't know. I think Cannon right here is perfectly fine. Sword is fine where it is. But with all of this tier list, the only weapon that's like actually bad right now is Greatsword. And as someone who actually like hates Greatsword and despises it with my being, I think that it is the worst weapon in the game, but it's still viable, and I wouldn't listen to any House of Greatsword propaganda. They're all absolutely delusional. Every weapon on this tier list, like honestly, that's not even. It's like A minus, slightly worse than A tier. Honestly, that's A. Honestly, this is. Hold up. Because, like, I think that that's S, that's A. And then right here is top four chakrams can be either second, two, or three. I think chakrams is interchangeable for two or three, and then because even though the chakrams aren't on this list, so this would be S tier, this would be A minus, and then propaganda. So like blaster players will put blasters right here as a blaster. I put blasters here. Greatsword players greatsword here. That's the propaganda tier. So like propagandists put their weapons in that tier list. But honestly, I think everything right here is. I think this is relatively where everything is. Again, no weapon is below A minus, so every weapon's like perfectly viable. There's nothing really bad about any weapon. I'm actually about to make a video about how Chakrams is the most busted bad weapon in the game. Or not chakrams, katars, sorry. Katars are just actually so good for being so ass on the tier list. But yeah, this is my overall tier list. Again, I think everything on here, honestly, everything in S tier is interchangeable, everything in A tier is interchangeable, and everything in bottom three is interchangeable. Everything in every tier overall is interchangeable. The game's in a really well state. honestly the best state it's been in actual years, besides Hammer. If Hammer was in the top three and it was like any other weapon besides Hammer, Axe, Lance, and Greatsword, the game would be in the best state it's ever been in. Because Hammer, Axe, Lance, or Greatsword being an S tier, or Blasters being an S tier, as a Blaster propagandist, Blaster main, I don't want Blasters being an S tier because then the game's just not fun. Because I understand my weapon's not fun to play against, and if Blasters is in the meta, player rate, player count drops, so that's bad for the game. So Blasters, Lance, Greatsword, and Hammer shouldn't be an S tier. If any other weapons in S tier, or not S tier, sorry, top four, top three, that's fine. Simply because it's just certain weapons genuinely aren't fun to play against. But like, and it's not even that. It's weapons that have counterplay to every weapon, or weapons that like the counterplay is just be better, and there's no real like the matchup chart in this game isn't real for 90%, like for half of the weapons, and weapons that have losing matchups can be top 5, top 3 because of a weapon that just has a non-existent matchup chart, or the matchup chart is, well, this is technically a losing matchup, but if I play like a Pride Month Warrior, I win the fucking game. Is that really a losing matchup? Like Blaster's losing matchup is Spear, Axe, Guitars, but and Cannon. But again, if I just play like a Pride Month Warrior, backdash, sidelight, passive dares, is it really a losing matchup, or am I just not playing queer enough? So, and no hate to the actual homosexuals of the community. I do greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all are very cool. But when I refer to Pride Month Warriors, I'm referring to people that play like absolute fucking bitches and pussies and don't want to play the game correctly on some bitch made ass activities. That is what a Pride Month Warrior is. I have nothing against the LGBTQ community. But yeah, I think generally speaking, this tier list is perfectly fine. Everything's honestly interchangeable, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, that'll be all for today. Have a good one. Follow, like, follow my TikTok, subscribe. Yes, all that good stuff.